Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, very good. So today we are having a very interesting session. So first of all, good morning, good afternoon, and also good evening. So all three greetings at the same time because we are in different regions. So I'm sure many of these questions which will come into the chat box soon. We have special Maharatis today to answer the questions. We have respected Meera Ben with us, and also respected Letchu with us to answer these questions. I'm sure with their richness of experience of traveling and serving the Yagya, serving Brahmins, and also serving the VIPs, they will be able to give us a richness of answers to these questions. So while waiting for the questions in the chat box, I would like to start off with a question for Meera Ben. This question to you, Sister Meera. Is there any pressure of time consciousness now during the final times? As an effort maker can become, number one, slack or callous and lazy and become helpless. And they can also become too seriously thinking, talking, but not action oriented in practice. What are your views on this?
Om Shanti. Good afternoon to everyone. Actually, recently in one of the blessings, Baba mentioned clearly on one side the time is moving faster, but at the same time the royal form of Maya in the form of laziness is actually attacking the children in a very royal way. You know, like thinking, it's okay, I will do it later. After all, I am an effort maker, it's all right. It happens with everyone. So, like, taking it easy. But on the other side, there are some who are very tensed, in the name of making intense effort for the final time, they are always in tension. Means they are thinking, oh, time is very short, I have to make a lot of effort. They are not making effort, but they are thinking too much of making effort. And so they are intense. In the name of intense effort maker, they are intense. So what I advise is that if you want to replace laziness, be enthusiastic as per Baba's version. The one who has enthusiasm can never be lazy, because their slogan will be, if not now, never. And secondly, those of you who have this tension of keeping attention to make intense effort, I would say that just make effort. Don't think too much. If you are thinking of making, you have not made anything. Just like sometimes we say yoga with yoga. We are always thinking, after this action, I'm going to have yoga. And then after this action, I'm going to have yoga. We are having yoga with yoga. So that doesn't destroy my sins. So these are two things I would like to suggest. Replace laziness with enthusiasm and have attention without tension.
Thank you, Meera Ben. I think the point on now and never plays a very important role. And now we'll ask Brother Letchu. Letchu Bhai, this question, Mama and Baba's period was not that Tamo Pradhan like now, 2021. In what way are their efforts useful for our final efforts? Situations are not in our favor now.
Om Shanti. Actually, it's quite true that the situation now is more serious compared to situation in the beginning. But the situation in the beginning, they never had any of their predecessors to guide them. they have to learn from beginning. They have to learn everything from Baba, everything from the Murli. Such a close relationship with Baba, and Baba was guiding everything, and that's how, whatever the situation, they were able to Baba, they were able to take Baba's help and really did everything according to Shrimat and achieved such a success in their life. But for us, we had many examples. And then the situation of the world, we already know that day by day it is deteriorating. And at every point of deterioration, still there are people who
A little bit bigger.
have set example in front of us. So therefore, for us, though it's correct that times now are more testing and difficult, but there have been many examples before us, so we can follow their footsteps. And what is it so difficult? Just follow. Baba already told all these are going to come, but we don't have to worry about it. The whole world is worrying, but we are not worrying. We are just want to be stable in our efforts. That's all we have to do. Why should we worry? Why should we think it is difficult? It's not difficult. Just that I have to be honest to Baba, honest to Shriman, and where there is honesty, surely there is success. So don't worry, be honest and do whatever we need to do, and we will pass with excellence.
Okay, thank you, Lechubai. So honesty is the virtue plays an important part. So now I will go to the next question. We have some questions from the chat box. This question to Meera Ben. This question is, nowadays, BKs are saying, that is, I asked Baba, and then Baba said, so and so. Now, how to trust them?
It's a very interesting question. It happens very often. You know, many Brahmins go and sit in Baba's room in front of the translate. And actually, when they go and sit in front of Baba's translate, they already have some thoughts in their mind. You know, what answer Baba would give them, what will be. And then with that preconceived idea, they go and sit. And then after that, they come out of Baba's room and say, oh, Baba told me you should do this. So maybe it is possible that Baba can give touching to anyone. It's not that it's not possible. But, you know, I always have to make sure if I feel Baba said to me something, it is Baba's touching, always verify with the seniors. Don't put it into action thinking Baba told me and I'm going to do. Because it many times Maya comes even in that touching also and deceives me. So this is Baba's advice, that if you really feel it is Baba's touching, verify with the seniors, and if the seniors say it is not Baba's touching, it is your own mind, drop it. Don't try to justify, don't try to convince the seniors. Because if it is Baba's touching, it is accepted by seniors unanimously. We have many examples in the Yagya. And if it is not Baba's advice, they say, no, it is Manmat, don't worry about it. Because if I go ahead doing after senior said no, then you will suffer from three things. One is when you perform actions according to that touching, you will have doubt inside you. Am I doing right or not? If seniors will see what they will do, a lot of time and energy is wasted in waste thought. And second thing is you will not get success because it is not Baba's touching. And then thirdly, you will be having, kind of distance from the seniors because you always hesitate to come in front of the seniors because you are doing it after they have said it's not Baba's touching. So it is not going to bring me close to Baba. Let me be honest, if I feel it is Baba's touching, come to the seniors, talk to them, and if they say it's okay, go ahead. Then you get all the blessing. Everything becomes easy. Cooperation, Drama's cooperation, Baba's help, Brahmins' help, everything you will receive and you become successful. So this is where we have to be very careful not to put it into action thinking it's Baba's touching. It could be possible Baba can give touching, but it must be verified.
Thank you, Meera. So it is important to have a good communication with senior instruments. So associated with that, there is also the same connection with that question, which is we will also direct to you, Meera. May I know the role of advanced party Brahmin soul who are leaving body at this time?
I think we should not worry about it too much because Baba says, according to the plan of drama, whatever role they have to play, they are playing. Baba is not going to reveal their part now because Baba has said, if I reveal their role now, you stop them from playing the role that they have to play. Like many times, Mohini Ben, Dadi's Mohini Ben used to ask Baba in the trance, Baba, at least tell us where is Mama. At least we can go and meet her. Baba said, no. Baba knows where she is, what role she is playing, but Baba will not disclose the role because she has to play her role. When it is right time, the role will be revealed. So we Brahmins don't have to worry about it. Make sure you fix a good role for yourself in the future. And my role in the future is connected with my stage. So create a powerful stage. Whenever the soul leaves the body, it will have a very good role to play in the future. Our future status, our future role is based on the present stage, and our stage is connected with our smriti, awareness. So that should be our concern, not to talk to each other in Brahmins and give wrong advice saying that Mama is playing this role and Mama is going to, so and so is going to become Krishna's mother and Krishna's father. This year Krishna will be born here. All these things Baba has not revealed yet. We don't have to even think about it. So I just need to be concerned when I leave my body because my final moments I don't know. So let me make sure that I leave this body in the right consciousness, that I get a body, I don't wander around. So that should be my concern. Yes, like Ken Bai said yesterday, I should practice bodiless state so much that when I leave my body, I don't need to wander. My next body is already ready. I have settled all my karmic accounts. No karma can pull me towards this body.
Thank you, Meera. So I'm sure that clarifies the situation on this advanced party. And now to Letchu. This is connected with the soul's efforts in the final times. That is when BKs become helpless during these final times due to Maya. What or who is going to help me? Is it myself, my BK companions or seniors, or Baba?
So your question is, when come to time when I feel helpless, who is going to help me? Yeah. End of the day, you are the one who have to help you. In knowledge says that in whatever situation we are, Baba is always there to help me. So therefore, I must take that help from Baba. But to take help from Baba, I have to be very courageous. I have to be very brave. I cannot be someone who is scared and worried and all that. So I will not be able to receive that help from Baba. So therefore, the best policy is whatever the situation is, always have that faith that I will push me through and God will help me and Brahma will help me. Maintain that positive things. And it is that positive things that's going to ensure you to be taken across. To me, it is as simple as that. Don't have doubts at the end. Don't even think about it now. Why you want to think about it? Aren't you people who are selected by God to go to the new world and therefore you are among the best of all the people? Let me feel like that and pull God's help towards me. I think that will solve the problem.
Yeah, so good. So faith in all aspects will definitely help everyone. So thank you, Letchu. So now we ask Meera Ben. This is connected to Meera Ben. Yesterday, Meera Ben, now you gave class. So the question is associated with yesterday. Yesterday, Meera Ben said, soul world is very close to her. What is her inspiration in making her companions to reach such stage?
Actually, the more one feels closer to the soul world, there is the pull of going beyond sounds, uh, you know, naturally, not like forcing yourself, because it is like that is where there is no sounds. When it is necessary to come in sound just for the sake. So that practice which I make, which helps to create a kind of silence atmosphere. And I'm sure whoever comes into that atmosphere, they are pulled into that silence automatically. And second thing I find, as Jayantiben was saying yesterday, more and more feeling of going beyond. It's not like you are not interested. Sometimes when we use the word unlimited disinterest, people misunderstand thinking having no interest. Once Charlie Bai said, unlimited disinterest means unlimited interest. Everything I do it with lot of interest. Like Sudha Ben was using the word ruchi. Baba comes with lot of interest to teach us. So we learn from Baba with lot of interest. We share knowledge with others with lot of interest, ruchi. So that means there is interest, but at the same time, unlimited disinterest means not like attachment, inclination, attraction. All those things is minus. So I find that the closer we are coming to the soul world, there is that feeling of unlimited disinterest, like the four corners of the intellect is already lifted, the anchor is lifted. A few months ago, Baba spoke one Murli on the four corners, the attachment to the body, bodily relation, worldly objects, and old sanskaras. So it is, you feel like, like the anchor is lifted, you're moving, a kind of feeling, internal happiness, even though it is peace, but that internal happiness, I'm going back home, can see my home so close. I was experimenting the other day for 1 hour, just how I feel like, how I feel when I'm in the soul world. Just be, like backstage, everything is merged, just the seed. No thinking, no thoughtlessness. It's just the essence, the feeling, awareness, and that has lot of power. So this is why Baba says, when you are in the karma yoga, you keep practicing this, come into sound and then go beyond sound. Whenever you need, come into sound, and next moment check. So the silence pulls the soul, you know. Silence pulls the soul again and again. So you feel like your intellect, the feet of your intellect is lifted beyond all these physical dimensions. Feel like, you know, it's alien sometimes. That's my feeling.
So there has to be a lot of interest in practice, then we will be able
Of
to
course,
experience.
everything is nowadays, Ganesh Bhai, even yesterday, Ken Bhai said, practice, practice, practice. You know, even he was saying that you're going from kitchen to your bedroom. Practice something, plan. I, the bodiless soul, I am the driver driving this body, the car. Don't just walk, rush, rush. You know, you are taking shower, practice. You are eating food, practice. So we should really, from this retreat, each one of us take back this watchword, practice, practice, practice. And that is what is going to make us perfect.
Okay, thank you, Meera. And now to Letchu Bhai, can you hear the voice? It's okay?
Yes, better.
Okay, very good. There's a question for you. If someone is making mistake, doing something not in line with Srimad, should we give correction or be detached observer with good wishes?
There are two ways we can answer this. It depends on the person who is making the mistake. Is he having a good relationship with you? Does that person like that person has a lot of respect for you? He has taken a lot of support from you, and the relationship is good. Then we can talk to him. He will listen because he will have the respect that whatever advice I am giving in the past has always been beneficial, and they will accept. But supposing that person is a normal student and really not so close, so it's better not to tell them directly, but just have good wishes for a long time. And then at some point, Baba will mention in the right way in the Murli, and that point will touch that person's intellect. And then he will sort of realize that's a better way for somebody who is not very close. But end of the day, for us, according to the time now, we just have to really have to be very detached from people. He's doing something wrong, but why should I even talk about that wrong thing? Just treat him like as if he's following everything properly and energize him. Always have that good feeling for him. Let him receive a lot of energy from you. Then when the energy level is high, then that energy level will enable him to follow Sriman. People don't follow because the energy level is low. That's the reason.
Thank you, Letchu Bhai. So that's the energy. They have to really build up the energy. So
Yes.
there's a related question for Brahmins. This question connected with ARC. They were asking that ARC is built for Brahmins. So who will be allowed to stay there at final times?
Yes, of course, ARC is built for the Brahmins. And many of us, we have been coming for a while for the retreat and have been staying here. So as participants, we stay during the period of the retreat and then we go back. Otherwise, the people who stay here are people who really surrendered themselves. They have the time and that energy so that they can be fully used when they stay here. So such people offer themselves, and then based on consultation with seniors, we allow them to stay here. That's how it works. When they move in, they will be for trial for period of time. so that they get used to the life at the retreat place. Because retreat place, we have to really safeguard the atmosphere, the silence, the yoga power, and also doing lots of work, and yet we are not feeling tired and we are normal and we can have good yoga and so. So people after some time will reach that kind of a level of stability, then we can absorb them. So mainly we have to consult the seniors about somebody who is interested to stay here.
So with consultation, then there will be some kind of allowance to give them a chance to stay.
Yes.
So that's good. Okay, now there's another question in the chat box, specifically directed to Meera. The question is, how do you maintain your zeal and enthusiasm, especially during challenging times? Give some practical tips in your yoga experience to make it more deep and with enthusiasm.
One of the one of the aim I always have in Brahmin life is to have the consciousness of being a student. When I have the consciousness of being a student, I want to learn. So the learning attitude keeps my energy level always very high. This learning attitude helps me to explore new things. I always like to do new things, whether it is sitting in Amritvela meditation, cooking, or anything, physical things also. So once there is newness, novelty, there is freshness. So I have never remembered in my Brahmin life when I have got bored. I don't know what is boredom, because I have never allowed myself to feel stale. I always feel fresh because I want to bring newness into myself. So I developed the habit of learning from everyone, like when I go to Madhuban, attend all the classes, even cultural program, even picnic, because I want to know how people do things. Even sometimes that kind of talents is necessary for Centravasis, playing games, entertaining people, taking them for picnic. It is not waste of time. So because of that, I feel my energy level never go down. And also, especially now, I remembered when I was 14 days in the hotel in quarantine in Malaysia itself, I had already planned to discover many things. And so I keep myself engaged, and the energy level never dropped. So one thing I suggest, that if you want to keep the energy of your enthusiasm, first of all, have the consciousness of being a student and develop the attitude of learning. And thirdly, create newness. Don't wait for the program given to bring newness, but become creative on your own. Experiment. And then the second thing is also, I feel like, Brahmin life is a celebration. Baba says you are born as a Brahmin to celebrate your life, not to spend your life. So that is why in the past 52 years, after one moment deciding to be Baba's, I have never ever had the thought to return to the Laukit, no matter how many tests, how many storms, how many upheavals may have come on the way. But I just felt like I have dedicated my life to Baba. This is where I have to live and I have to die. So that kind of surrendered intellect helps me to take the sustenance from Baba. And my life, the support and strength is one Baba. And so if at all, I Like, just like, feeling the presence of Baba. The other day, Mohini Ben was discussing, what is the difference between remembrance and feeling the presence? Sometimes you remember Baba, especially I'm a point of light and Baba is a point of light and I'm going to Parandam, that is also okay. But sometimes you are not even remembering all those things. Suddenly you feel Baba's presence. How do you feel that time? A wave of love. Not only you, people with you. Just feel like wave of love coming, a wave of benevolence, a wave of power. So that is Baba's presence. Baba doesn't come himself, but he becomes present. And once Dadi Janki was sharing her experience, how she makes Baba present whenever she wants. She said, because I live in the presence. So because of that, anytime I just say the word Baba, Baba becomes present in front of me. So the enthusiasm is an energy that I have to create with my newness, with my lightness, with my happiness, counting on the attainments, so that you never feel bored. I tell you one exercise you can do, all of you can do. Earlier we were talking about laziness versus enthusiasm. So instead of asking yourself why you are lazy, why I am lazy, what made me become lazy, how can I, so it becomes even more in life. So today you do an experiment like this. When was the last time I was full of enthusiasm? Go back to those days. When was the last time I was full of enthusiasm? Then second question, where was I? What place I was in? And third, who are the people around me? And fourth question, what was I doing? So the moment you engage yourself in these four questions, you have lifted already and begin to do what you did. That's all. What you did at that time to have enthusiasm, you do it now. Don't turn the cycle the other way. Oh, why I'm lazy? What made me lazy? How can I? So you're making your lazy sanskara more firm. So I would suggest for you to do this exercise. This is called appreciative inquiry exercise. And it will definitely bring you out of that lethargic feeling. Try.
Okay, thank you, Meera. So the foundation should be student consciousness and attitude of learning. So this will help a lot.
And also newness.
Newness. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So the next question, I'm directing it to Letchu. So there's a question, the current situation. Many families are going into lots of sorrow today. As BKs, how should our behavior be so that they automatically feel that this truly is their real family and bring them close to Baba, who is the mother and father of all souls? Give us some practical tips.
Is it how who is going through sorrow?
Many families are going through into a lot of sorrow today because of the situation now, pandemic situation. So as
Okay.
BKs, because as BKs we are recognizing the
Yeah.
knowledge. So how should our behavior be so that they automatically feel that this that is the BKs are truly their real family and bring them close to Baba, because Baba is the mother and father of all souls.
Yeah.
So how can they feel that we are the real family, the spiritual family actually?
Okay. First of all, I have to see that I myself am not affected by the sorrow around me during this pandemic time. and become an example in front of them. They are facing the same situation as what I am facing also, in terms of what is the tension in the atmosphere is all the same. But why is it that they are feeling the sorrow, and why is it that I am able to go beyond the sorrow and be normal? First of all, I have to check that point. Secondly, if those people are like your friends, we can talk to them, take the opportunity that they are going through some kind of a sorrow and talk to them and give some points of knowledge and teach them how to relax or how to do meditation, some very basic things, and ask them to practice that. And from that practice, I'm very sure when there's a change in the mind, when the mind knows what it should think, then there is no sorrow. So there can be sorrow around me, but if I don't want to think about it, then that sorrow is not going to come to me. Let me think about the many things in my life, in my early days, in my young days, whatever I have done, and that has given me a lot of sorrow. Let me think about these things again and again, and let me tap that energy of sorrow, energy of happiness, and in that on that basis that I will not be able to catch the sorrow around me. So the main thing I would suggest is they should change the way of thinking about the situation now. They should look at it in a positive way, because everything happens for a reason. That people will help, everything happens for a reason. So this COVID is happening, there's a reason to it, and it is not going to last forever. There is always an end to it. It seems that I have to go through this process. So if since I have to go through the process, let me go through it with happiness. Let me accept that this problem is there, but not thinking about the problem to the extent it is depriving my happiness. I I watch the problem in a very detached way, and because I'm very detached, I am able to maintain the happiness within myself. So we can help in this way, talking to them and teach them how to meditate a little bit.
Okay, so in other words, you to bring them into the spiritual relationship, and therefore
Yes,
the help will be there.
yes.
Okay,
Sure.
so now we go to the next question. This is directed to Miraben. Could you please explain about how tapasya can settle and clear our karmic accounts? How can we make our karmic account clean and clear with tapasya?
See, we have heard three words in Brahmin life: yoga, tapasya, and jwalamukhi. Baba says don't use the word yoga. To make it natural, say remembrance. So we can say remembrance, tapasya, and jwalamukhi. So remembrance is based on three things: love, relationship, and remembrance. Where there is love, there is relationship. Where there is relationship, there is remembrance. Remembrance is of three types. Sometimes you have to make effort to remember someone. Sometimes their remembrance comes natural. But the third category of remembrance is what is called tapasya. And that is troublesome remembrance. In Hindi, we call it as satane wali yaad. In the beginning, the first type, you are making effort, you are struggling to remember. You try to remember Baba, something else comes. But the second stage is okay. Just like a doctor remember patient, I am soul conscious, I remember Baba. That doesn't make any difference. It doesn't destroy any sins. It's just like a slow fire. Nothing burns, nothing even get warmed up by the time our meditation time finish. But I have to transform my quality of remembrance to the remembrance which becomes troublesome, which means that I cannot forget Baba. I want to forget, but I cannot forget Baba. So in order to have such quality of remembrance, what should I do? I need to make sure my all relationships and all attainments from one Baba. We say mine is one Baba, none other, just is lip service. But if I truly have all relationships and all attainments, which can by called it yesterday, Ek Nami, that is tapasya number 1. When you have Ek Nami stage, you have all relationships, all attainments. So there is no way the intellect can go. That intensity, troublesome remembrance create fire. That is why they say love is fire, but fire is ignited with the fire. Yoga is fire, but the fire of yoga cannot be ignited without the fire of love. So ask ourselves, is my love for Baba like fire? Once it is ignited, it cannot be extinguished. Is that way my love? So when I have that kind of fire of love, that is tapasya, Ek Nami. So tapasya has 5 meanings. Yesterday Kenbai said that, one is Ek Nami and the second is Ekant. Tapasya means you need to have an atmosphere of solitude to go into the depth. That is why sannyasis and swamis, they go into the cave in the forest and disappear. So one of the ancestor souls were sharing, when they appeared on the screen this morning. When Baba told them to do tapasya, Baba first told them, be introvert. Go into the cave of introversion and get lost. Nothing of the outside should come to you and nothing from you should go inside. So that is called ekant, going into the depth of one, diving deep into the ocean. Eknami, ekant. Then third, ekagrata, concentration. My focus on one is so deep that it destroys all the sins. The subconscious mind. Just remember the experiment we used to do in college. Even you can do it today. Just take a glass and let the sun rays concentrate on the middle of that and keep a paper below. The concentration power of the sun rays will burn the paper. I used to think when I was small, it is a magic. Sun does magic. But when I was in the college, I did that experiment myself and I understood it is concentration. So concentration and determination is tapasya. You need to have determination to have concentration on one. For hours, solid concentration, not like plug in and plug out. 2 hours, 3 hours, concrete silence, no music, no commentaries, and not feeling sleepy. I'm totally alert. Tapasya is what? Alert. My third eye open. They say Shankar opened the third eye and the forest got burnt. So that is concentration is tapasya, and that actually dissolves our deep subconscious roots. And then fourth is actually, one is eknami, then is economy. Economy means spend less and gain more. Economy in thinking, becoming an incarnation of economy. And the fifth word, very important for tapasya to dissolve our senses, ekvrata. Ekvrata means what? Loyal and faithful to one. I cannot say verbally mine is one Baba and then have some love for somebody else also. Ekvrata. Ekvrata means, just like a chaste woman has only one husband, so faithful and loyal. So when I combine all these 5 aspects, that is called tapasya, then I dive deep. Tapasya is creating heat. Jagdish Bhai used to say, tap means heat. So when I have that intensity, consistency, intensity, then my sin is burnt. Today we call yoga bhatti, but it is not bhatti. It is name bhatti. Bhatti means transformation. Bhatti is tapasya, So when we have that kind of focus, then after that is Jwalamukhi. So Jwalamukhi is what? Fiery form of yoga, just like a moth jumps into the flame, it becomes fire. Finish. No more its identity available. But we still have, after 2 hours of yoga, I and my consciousness, we are fighting for it. So still that is not burnt completely, right? So Jwalamukhi means sacrifice. Tapasya is surrender. Sacrifice, you become one with God. So Vedanti Ben once defined beautifully, what is Jwalamukhi? Get lost in Baba and disappear from this world. That is Jwalamukhi. I don't exist. To that extent, I have to lose my identity. So that deep down, the subconscious seed of the sanskara can be burned. So now it is time. We all are saying in the COVID time, we are doing tapasya, but tapasya, where is tapasya? Tapasya atmosphere will create tsunami. Tsunami what? Tsunami of waves of love, waves of peace. So total silence, disinterest, ekvrata, just like dadis used to do tapasya. Because I remember Kunj Dadi gave us one experience. You saw her this morning in the Amrit Vela. She came as an ancestor soul. And so she was sharing that one day Baba gave a program. There was an obstacle in the yajna. Baba said he selected 21 sisters, Kumaris. Baba said, you have to do 24 hours akhanda bhatti. And you have to stay totally awake without falling asleep for 1 minute, 1 second. A messenger was sitting on the gaddi and somebody was conducting bhatti. That was tapasya. Just Baba and nothing else. No music, nothing. Whole night, 24 hours. Baba said, if your tapasya was accurate, the obstacle that has come to the yajna will disappear. If the obstacle did not disappear, Baba will understand your tapasya was weak. And practically it happened. By next day, disappeared. Tapasya means determination, willpower. I have to make up my mind. I want to sit for 2 hours with determination, no movement, totally concentrate on one point. So that is tapasya. That kind of tapasya will go deeper, the heat, intensity, and melt. Like what they say, volcanoes can melt the rocks and create lava that can go far away. So the vibrations have to reach away. So I think we should really rethink about the definition of tapasya during COVID time and check myself really I'm lost in Baba and disappear from the world, and create that kind of heat. Heat in the sense, so much of positive vibrations that it can reach out anyway. That is in short.
Okay, Miraben. So there's an associated question with that tapasya and settling accounts. They were asking, since daddies are living body and taking new one, so their present birth was not 84th birth, or is the new birth not counted in 84th? So they
See,
want.
these are unnecessary thoughts, I tell you. This is not, we need to think about it. We know that when we say advanced party souls, Baba is sending them for a special cause to prepare the future. You know, they are not going for settling karmic accounts. Their karmic accounts are settled. There is no doubt about it. But they have to take birth in this world just for the sake of bringing those souls into knowledge who are going to be responsible for the future world. They could be anybody. And so I don't think we should entertain those thoughts. You know, dadis are leaving body, where they are taking birth, what they are doing. Wait and see. Baba has not revealed anything. Baba will let us know. But definitely they don't have any karmic account to settle. Most of the, I don't say all the Brahmins leaving, I can't take that guarantee. But the senior dadis of the yagya who have left the body, and only one dadi left, they don't have any karmic account to settle. Definitely, they have settled their karmic account, have reached their karmati stage, but they have a special role to play for preparing for the new world. So that Baba will reveal us. So wait. You stay with Baba until the last scene of drama, then you will see everything. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Miraben. So we don't have much time now, so Letchu Bhai, we have a question on how do we keep our zeal and happiness as BKs as best as possible? But sometimes a bad thought could be from an old sanskar can dishearten us. How to prevent or protect ourselves from this old sanskar?
Om Shanti. Now you know that we are with Baba and we have come here in order to change from Shudras to Brahmins and deities. So this aim must be guiding our spiritual life. So therefore, if there is certain sanskar, first of all, I have to know what this sanskar is and have that aim that I have to really change this sanskar. And the aim has to be very strong. It should not be just simply saying, I want to change, I cannot change. The law says you have not been able to change because you didn't want to change. It's as simple as that. The one who really want to change, they will put in that much of effort to create a sanskar opposite to the sanskars that is in the form of weakness in you. So that kind of like a force is needed. The spiritual force is needed from you. And that will come only when your yoga is good. The transformation needs power. No? It's not so straight away. You need power to let go. You willingly say that I want to let go of this sanskar. I am no longer the old person. I am now a Brahman. I'm a new person. So as a new person, I don't want to carry all this rubbish. Let me now make a determination that I will not allow myself to become a slave to that particular habit. So like this, we have to converse with ourselves about exactly what we want to do. At the same time, we have good yoga with determination and enthusiasm. Then the power is there and the transformation will take place. It is not difficult. If you say difficult, I will say that you are keep saying I'm trying, but trying is not an effort. Effort is you have to tell yourself, I am a go-getter. I will get it done. That kind of a determination you need in order to bring transformation of sanskars. I think you should now make a determination and do it, and do from your heart that you really want to change. Then Baba's power will definitely be there. Baba will help you, right? If God doesn't help us, who will help us? And if God is to help us, God say, first of all, I want to see you are helping yourself. I want to see that you, on your own effort, you are putting some substantial amounts. I want to come and help to pull you up. So it works like that. Let me put some substantial effort with a lot of love, and Baba will pull me through, and I'll be able to conquer my own success.
So, Letchu Bhai, there is a question for you also regarding a professional role. How to be happy in our professional role? Basically, when there is a lot of insecurity and fear and force to manipulate human beings in today's commercial world.
Well, you have a choice. It is a disturb. The environment today has disturbed a lot of problems and all that. Whether you like it or not, you are working there. So you have a choice that you want to give your ears, and or you want to sense all that negative things that is happening in your environment and think about that, or you tell yourself, I already know these problems are here, and even before these problems are here, in knowledge, Baba has told us many times, toward end of the cycle, there will be all kind of problems. And so you have to be going beyond any problems now itself, so that when that problem is there, you don't feel the need that you have to make a very special effort. So in the situation you are in, you have to pay. Your power comes from yoga. You see, your power comes from Murli. So these two things, from Murli, you get some idea how your mind should be thinking, reminding yourself about your ability, that you are such powerful soul, you can go beyond the problems. Keep talking to yourself, you're a powerful soul, and you're not going to be affected by these problems. I want to do this work with all sincerity, with a lot of love, and I want to do this work as a service to God. Though I'm working there, but I am doing this work in the remembrance of God. So in that way, people will be able to see a lot of good qualities in you, and then you also will work with a lot of enthusiasm and freshness. Huh?
Mm.
So in that way, there's lots of energy. So this small energies created by problems of the world will not be able to come near you. So have the aim that you want to think positive all the time about yourself and your environment.
So that will be like a double service in Logic Place in professional context. So that's good. Now, Meera Ben, how would you help Brahmins who are in hospital and sick at home as they are very detached from their Lokics and only depending on help from BKs.
Can you repeat the question?
Say how we can help Brahmins who are in hospital and sick at home, as they are very detached from their Lokics. So the BKs, how they can, they only depend the BKs. How can they, other BKs, how they can help them?
Means the Laukiks are in the hospital.
No, the BKs, the Brahmins
BK.
who are in hospital and sick at home. And they are very detached from their Lokics. That means Lokics do not come into helping them. So they are by themselves. So how other BKs, depending on other BKs to help them, how can that take place?
Actually, I think it is a relationship that you build over a period of time. Because that is why we always have to remember that how you have created relationship with your Laukiks and Brahmin over a period of time that comes to rescue at the time of needs. Like for example, Dadi used to say, some Brahmins have this question, when I'm sick, who is going to provide food for me? Because I have already rejected food from my daughter in law, and so nobody is going to give me the food. So she has the fear, if I don't eat from daughter in law's hand, then who will provide when I get sick? So Dadi used to say, why should you have that thought? If you offer to Baba every day, if you offer food to Baba every day and eat Brahma Bhojan after offering, Baba is bound to feed you until the last breath of your life. So this kind of faith I need to have, you know. But when I have not developed that faith in Baba and maintain that faith and good relationship, then I have the fear, who is going to help me? Definitely, Baba will make somebody or the other as an instrument to help you at the time of need. You will never, never be left alone. We have seen many, many experiences of Brahmins in this period of time all over the world. Unknown person, Baba can touch someone, they can come and help you. But only thing is, I need to accumulate the good karma while I'm well in the body to such an extent that my karma is going to with me and that is going to rescue me at all times. So don't wait for the last moment and expect somebody will just come and help me. So I also have created that repo in my relationship so others feel like wanting to help.
So thank you, Meeraben and Lechubai. I think we have run out of time. So there are many other questions. We are very sorry that we couldn't answer all of them, but probably the answers, I think, Kiruba, you may want to redirect them to Meeraben and Lechubai, so they may be able to answer in email or something like that. So otherwise, we will have to now stop this program for the next session. So I hand it over to Kiruba. Om Shanti and thank you.